Всем привет, с вами Ведьмак, и сейчас мы будем играть в игру Follett, Столпы Земли. Первые 7 глав.
This should do. How do you feel?
Oh, can't complain. After all, there's a cozy tree in my back.
But I promise, this will be the last fire. After tonight, it won't be trees anymore, but walls and a roof. In shiring, I will find a job.
What if the bishop wants to hire you for life? To keep his palace in shape, but maybe strengthen the town's defences? Plain things, Tom Builder. Just walls and roofs.
There. It took me a lifetime to find some dry ones in this wet. Why didn't we just use your staff? That old thing would have done nicely.
Because that thing is precious. It's not made to burn. And we might be able to sell it. Right, now let's see if this does the trick. Yeah, should be dry enough.
I told you. Hurry up, I'm freezing.
Martha, you want to cut up some turnips? We'll be making soup.
If it helps.
Alfred, you go and look for water.
We could just eat snow.
No, it'll be proper water for my family. You sit, I'll take care of it.
You still haven't answered my question, Tom Builder. What if the bishop offered you a job like they did in Exeter? Something that is beneath your craft, but pays for a lifetime. Easy work.
Well, building something is never easy.
You know what I mean. After Exeter, you said, I could create something that matters. Something that stands for eternity, or I could die setting up houses and sheds. But what if houses and sheds would feed your family? Would you stay this time? Or would you keep on looking?
Игра состоит из 7 глав. Это идет как бы такое небольшое интерактивное кино.
You said the same thing then, and look where it brought us.
Смотрим его.
Just promise me you'll
Наших
think
выборов,
about
ну
it.
как в том же Telltale Games. Так, ну нам даются различные задания, типа нужно взять. Вы получили ключевой предмет. Можно использовать так же, как обычный предмет. Используйте ключевой предмет.
Maybe we can sell the baby.
Alfred!
I'm joking. Don't listen to me.
В принципе, это как бы квест, ну, интерактивный. Нажимаю на нужные кнопки. Иногда выполняю различные задания, там сходить туда, возьмить то, все, это. Можно найти чистую воду.
Why did it have to come down just now?
Should never have left.
Well, we're here now. Guess there's no use complaining.
Я так, ну ведро я нашел какое-то. Нашел ведро какое-то пустое. Теперь я так понял, нужно найти колодец, чтобы наполнить. Приготовить на нем еду.
Hungry?
Значит, насчет игра стоит 7 глав. Первые 7 глав выйдут в августе. Потом это книга первая. Книга вторая выйдет чуть позже. Не знаю, ну может быть в сентябре, октябре, или конце этого года. Там еще будет. И может быть чуть больше глав. Ну короче, определенное количество глав. Всего будет 3 книги, по-моему, 3 или 4 книги. Ну, купил в Steam за 100 рублей. Ну сейчас посмотрим.
Too hard for my fist.
Ну,
My pot should break it.
Деликов они всегда делают хорошие игры. Ну, в принципе, говоря, у них хорошо получаются всякие идиотские игры, как в Японии, в Японии, кому как. А тут у них какая-то, я смотрю, ну очень серьезная игра. Англия, остается.
It's just more woods down that way. Beautiful.
Найти чистую воду. Вот чистая вода, понятно, я все пью. Надо как избавиться.
Need something harder.
Что-то потвердить.
Houses and sheds.
Теперь нужно момент назад. Раз.
Walls and roofs.
2.
I could do so much better. But I have to feed my family.
Перенаполняем. Вот примерно вот такая игра, вот как-то так будет, например, 17 держать. Да, на любителей. Конечно, если стратегия это не для вас.
Tom, what's keeping you?
Мне кажется, не, ну тут 3 книги сразу. Тут же еще как сезон пасс идет. 50 рублей. Ну нормально.
That's our last pot. Be careful with it.
Что, разогреем воду?
And did you think about what I asked you?
Dreaming of building a cathedral was foolish. When we get to Shiring, I'll take the job.
Why is a cathedral so special?
Well, you've seen a few. You should know.
Yes, but there are so many already. Why do you have to build another one? Is it because God needs more houses?
May I?
If you must.
Well. Actually, a cathedral isn't so different from any other house. It always starts simple, with some walls.
And on top of that, you put a roof.
Very good. A roof to keep off the rain, and walls to keep up the roof. Together that makes one big, long, but dark room with a cave.
Как наш главный герой добирался к соборам.
Now, we mustn't forget the doors. And not only doors, but a big and impressive one to let in as many people as possible.
But isn't it still dark in there?
It is. That's why we need some windows. So the people inside can see what they're doing. By now we've carved quite a few holes in our cathedral. Unfortunately, not every building can carry a roof like that and have so many windows.
So what do we do?
Good and solid work. That's what we do. If we don't want our cave to collapse, we have to make everything perfect. Not only strong, but consistent and perfectly even. The walls, the roof, the windows, everything perfectly proportioned.
You shouldn't say big words like proportioned when talking to a child.
What does it mean?
It means beauty. Well, it means not only will it keep them dry,
Я понял, игра, то есть
it will give them hope.
про Бога они тут, так говорят.
Mama?
Вот так. Мама рожает. Не буду. Понятно, да? Куда, да, тут правильно.
The baby is coming.
У нее начать ссоры.
But it's not due. Have your waters broken yet?
Soon after we started walking this morning.
You should have told me.
I'm so tired. I don't believe I can bring it into the world.
Well, look at all the blood.
Помочь нужно.
Right, what can I do to help?
Cover me.
Will she die? She'll die, right?
Mama.
Смотри.
Children? Martha? Go and collect more wood. Let's have a bigger fire.
Let me do it. I'm quicker than her.
No, let me do it.
Let Martha do it.
I'll be quick.
It'll take forever before she's back.
Get more water. Take snow if you must and make it warm.
Right.
What else can I do? Remember when Martha was born and the Lady Isabella acted as midwife?
You were building a chapel. And you asked her to send her maid to fetch the midwife from the village.
Yeah, and she said, that drunken old witch will let her deliver a litter of wolfhound pups. And she took us to our own chamber. Poor Lord Robert could not go to bed until Martha was born. I'd say for a year as bad as this one, we managed quite well.
You lost your work. And then Martha almost got killed by that pig thief. You call that well?
I know. But we're still here for each other, aren't we? Holding together as a family. Us builders aren't carved out of measly wood. Never were.
expect a lump of granite to come falling from my legs.
I wouldn't be surprised.
The water's warm now.
Put it next to me.
Is the fire better now?
Can you feel the warmth?
Yes.
Martha! Collect some reeds and make me 2 lengths of string, each big enough for a necklace.
What for?
You'll see.
What about me?
Take care of your little sister.
She's all right. She's busy. Let me help too.
It's not long now. Be ready.
Let me do something.
Alfred.
Let me do something.
I'm proud of you.
I feel so weak.
You'll make it. You're a strong woman. That's why I love you so much.
Two of a kind, eh?
She's losing too much blood.
I'm sorry that I kept quiet all day. I didn't want anyone to worry.
It's all right.
The day was hard enough on everyone without me complaining.
I know. But we will get through this.
It's coming! Help me, Tom! It's coming!
I can see it.
It looks horrible.
He's perfect. A perfect boy. You're still bleeding.
It's all right. It will stop soon. Tom.
Yes?
Thank you for being my midwife. Do you remember the night I came to you? In your lodge? When you were working on my father's church?
Of course. How could I ever forget?
I never regretted giving myself to you. Never. For one moment. Every time I think of that night, I feel so glad.
Me too.
I hope you build your cathedral.
I thought you were against it.
I was. But I was wrong. You deserve something beautiful. Build a beautiful cathedral. For me.
Papa, what's wrong with her face?
Agnes! Agnes, wake up!
Игру брать тяжело сразу. Игра. Вы поняли, я холодно, пьяно солнце. Ходите. Интересно. Читал. Поэтому я куплю. Пролог сейчас у нас будет. Я думал так. Столпы Земли попало в наши. Да, спам. А, это мы прошли пролог, да. Ну уж извините, да. Произошедший. А вот теперь книга первая. Молодец. Но всего тут на книге. Книга Филипа.
The year of our Lord 1135 had come to an end. King Henry of England, son of William the Conqueror, had died. It was a time of poverty and death. In their despair, some had come to believe Christ and all his saints had gone to sleep, and that the pillars of the earth themselves had begun to crumble.
Кингсбридж. Кем сейчас же говорить не буду, все это неизвестно.
Is there no one to welcome us?
Who goes there? You just crossed the bridge, right? That'll be a farthing for you and a penny for your horse.
How dare you ask a toll from a monk? Do you know who I am, brother?
The monk from the woods. Brother Paul said you'd be coming by. He said you'd bring cheese. It's not easy doing the Lord's work when you're hungry.
It is not much, but I can share this with you. I hope now it will be easier for you to fulfill your duties.
Oh, I'm sure it will.
Will you take care of my horse, brother? I have come to see Prior James.
Prior James? That's him the bells are tolling for. Leave the horse here. I'll get it down to the priory later. The fish should go nicely with that cheese.
What? Why are they ringing the bells?
Don't you know? The devil has come to Kingsbridge.
Это не Кембридж, sorry, это Кингсбридж. Похоже.
The devil has come to Kingsbridge?
Может, спросить Библию, которая объекта. Узнать, что... Напомню, что там религия как... Это там католик. Даже не католики, а англиканцы. Англиканцы что-то не подобное. Атеизм и католицизм. Замужество. Ну, короче. Как не подобное. Главное.
I'm sure there was someone moving behind a window, but most houses are empty.
В деревне Кингсбридж. Опять же. Это будет куча локат.
When he opened the sixth seal, I looked, and behold, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth. The moon became like blood, and the stars of the sky fell to the earth as the fig tree sheds its winter fruit.
Thou shalt not be afraid of the terror by night, nor of the pestilence that walketh in darkness, the pestilence that rode in on the lightning that struck our cathedral 4 years ago. Did you not all feel its presence here ever since? James did, and I did as well. But the Lord says, because he hath set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. Our beloved Prior James has served the Lord all his life. He shall be delivered from the darkness, from this dark earth.
Prior James?
Philip.
Francis?
Shh. For many years, James has been our prior. After the upcoming election, I vow to lead Kingsbridge Priory with the same steady hand. Amen.
Philip, we told your brother you'd come to Kingsbridge New Year's Day.
I did not expect to see you here. I was on my way back to Gloucester and wanted to see you.
A priest working in the world of politics. You must tell us about it, Francis.
Of course.
And his brother a prior of what now? 2 years?
It's been 4 years, Cuthbert.
I see. How are things in St. John of the Forest, Philip?
Our little cell is happy and healthy.
Happy and healthy. Thanks to your brother, Francis, St. John in the Forest is prospering. His novices are obedient, his monks humble and pious, while our own priory is in such a sorry state.
You know James did the best he could. It was not his fault. Also, they make a remarkable cheese in St. John's. Come by the kitchen later to see us, will you?
Brother Cuthbert seemed upset.
Well, we all are. The way James died was disturbing.
Disturbing? How did Prior James die?
7 days ago, Brother Remigius found James's room empty. We all looked for him for hours. Then we found his footprints by the bridge and a hole in the ice.
Oh no.
No.
In the small hours of Christmas Day, he must have walked out on the river. We didn't even find his body. The river took him, and the cold.
I will pray for James. See me when you have time, Philip. I will be in the cathedral.
And I should go and see how Brother Cuthbert is doing. It's good to see you, Philip. Maybe things will get better after the chapter elects the new prior.
Hopefully. I will come by the kitchen later, Milius.
Надо выяснить, где Фрэнсис. Он тут и делает.
So what do you think it means?
Говорить Фрэнсис местоположение.
There is no reason to punish us for asking. At least it wasn't Remigius who punished us. Brother Marcus said he's taking a beating now once a week. I saw him crying yesterday. He cried? One more beating by Remigius, and he'll...
What we have to ask ourselves is, can our Saint Adolphus still protect Kingsbridge in these dark times?
He couldn't protect Prior James. Ever since that lightning struck the cathedral, he wasn't the same.
When you take over my position as sacrist, you should implore the bishop to send us a new relic. By then I'll be sub-prior. The new prior and I will support you in this.
A new relic might also attract more pilgrims.
Philip of Gwynedd, I wanted to talk to you. How dare you disturb Brother Remigius' requiem?
I'm afraid the choir is waiting for me.
Stay, brother. There's no reason you shouldn't hear what Philip has to say for himself.
I was shocked by the prior's death.
We all were. I'm sure at St. John's you're a good prior, but here we adhere to the rules.
You mentioned a new prior.
The election will be held in a few days, when we all convene for the chapter meeting.
Let us continue this conversation later.
Of course. There's a lot of planning for me to do for the upcoming election.
Do you ever think of running? I did. Everyone did, but I don't get beaten up. No. I heard it, I'm sure. There was something. He's right.
Now stop it. Concentrate.
You seem troubled, brother.
They won't sing.
It's Adolphus.
There was nothing, believe me.
I heard him crying in the crypt. I think I heard him too.
No, you are mistaken.
It sounded like a whip, like he was chastising himself. It's the end of days.
Brother Philip, please help me. Prove to them that there is nothing and no one down there.
There it was again.
Francis, you look troubled.
You could always read me.
Like a book, little brother.
It's good to see you, Philip. King Henry is dead.
I know. Word reached St. John's shortly before I left.
First the king, and now Prior James.
God has a plan.
I know he does, but King Henry's death caused quite a commotion in the world of politics. Dark times are coming. There will be war.
Записи какие?
Stop the suffering.
Maybe we can. I came not just to meet you. I was sent to look for a messenger of my lord, Earl Robert.
Here? In Kingsbridge?
Farmers said the messenger was heading for Kingsbridge 2 weeks ago. The knight was carrying a confidential document that might change the course of the conflict. People here trust you. Maybe the monks here know something?
We will find him.
One more thing. No one can know why we're looking for the knight.
Разузнайте пропавший.
About the crypt.
Please go into the crypt. Then tell them that there is nothing, not a single thing to be afraid of.
I think I heard it again. What was
No
that?
talking. Now we sing.
Are you sure you heard something? Yes, I'm sure.
Marcus is our brother too.
No. That's why I feel sorry for him.
Remigius is our brother as well.
He's the sub-prior. We're novices.
You look like you want to ask me something.
You are Philip of Gwynedd?
Yes, but you can call me Brother Philip.
You see? Told you he wouldn't mind.
Yes. Now ask him.
How about you ask him?
I already asked Brother Andrew.
That doesn't count. He wouldn't answer.
What is it?
Brother Milius told us you know the scripture very well. Could you tell us about God's temple?
Brother Andrew wouldn't tell us.
Must be a place. A cathedral.
That's probably what the guest master was talking about. Each of us is God's temple, in the way that he created us.
And what if someone does something to God's temple?
The scripture says, if anyone destroys God's temple, God will destroy him.
Even if he destroys his own temple of God?
So for Prior James there's no salvation as well?
For a self-murderer, there is no salvation.
What if the devil takes our souls too?
Commit yourselves to God. Be humble and pious. Be without sin. God's grace will not allow the devil to lay hand on any of you. Prior James will face judgment. It is between him and God. Do not be afraid.
No, Brother Philip.
Thank you, Brother Philip.
So, again, we're all God's temple. All of us.
This priory is so much bigger than our small cell in the forest.
Ну, это, как вы поняли, карта. Так, нам по заданию сейчас подать. Нам надо Кендальский монастырь.
Why is this locked? Brother Paul?
Philip. Ouch. Oh.
Have you heard about a knight in Kingsbridge?
A knight? Oh, yeah. Yes. He was just lying by the road, just a mile away from the priory. He must have fallen from his horse.
Where is he now?
He died. We buried him in the cemetery.
Did he have a name? Did he say anything?
He could not speak. But the look in his eyes told me he was afraid. I held his hand and prayed with him while he died.
Did the knight have anything with him?
There was a letter. I gave it to Prior James. Remigius will probably burn it with the rest of James's papers. James insisted that all his books and documents should be burnt after his death, except for his Bible.
What? The new prior will need those documents?
Sometimes I wonder if it was because of that letter. A few days later, Prior James fell through the ice. Right here. Philip, maybe I brought a curse on Kingsbridge.
How could a letter bring harm?
The word of God brings salvation. But what if the devil took to writing? What then?
Берег настоятельный. Могу. Почему быстро тебя перемещаться? Надо пускать пока.
Did you not hear it? Because God created us in His image. That's why we can all pray to Him. We don't. No, we are the temple.
But why a church then?
I heard it. There was something. He's right.
Now stop it. Concentrate.
There it was again.
Our Father that art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil.
What was that?
No talking. Now we sing.
Amen.
Are you sure you heard something? Yes, I'm sure.
It was nothing.
Why cathedrals? Why do we create temples if we are the temple?
I asked not to be disturbed.
Brother Remigius, I'm sorry I interrupted your service.
You mean Prior James's service?
Quite so. I heard he fell through the ice. Horrible.
Yes. I was the one who found his rosary by the river. Now let me continue my work.
I would like to take a look at Prior James's documents.
And why is that, Brother Philip?
Well, our little cell has given much to the mother house. I would like to ensure that all is accounted for.
So you do not trust us, Philip, is that it?
The state of this priory...
The state of this priory is the concern of the Prior of Kingsbridge.
I still would like to see the prior's documents.
They will be burned tonight.
I heard about that.
It was Prior James's last wish. I'm following his request.
But the new prior will be lost without the ledgers and contracts.
After the election, I'll be the new prior.
For now, you are not. Only the chapter meeting can decide on these matters.
Of course. Brother Andrew will surely understand why you would go against James's last request. If you really want to be of help, look for Brother Cuthbert's keys. He's getting old, misplacing them all the time.
About the chapter meeting.
Oh, talk to Brother Andrew. He will be just as pleased as me to have you around. Now leave.
Why would Prior James walk out onto the river at night?
He was chased.
Chased? By whom?
The accuser.
But why would the devil be chasing him?
Better to not get involved in all this. Don't you have your own priory cell to run?
You really believe the devil killed the prior?
Some of the brothers do, and I respect their beliefs. We may never know what happened, and that's that. Now let me get back to my work.
Brother Arnaldus, how are you?
Huh? What?
How are you? Are you well?
Oh, Brother Philip. Yes, I am well. It's just that the dead won't stay in the ground.
What?
The dead. It's probably those badgers always digging up the graves. Rotten badgers. We used to eat them. Now they're eating us.
My father gave the priory a good deal of land to keep me fed. I won't eat salted fish all day.
Me neither.
Shall we go into the cellar again tonight?
Yes, Brother Marcus. You still have old Cuthbert's keys?
Indeed I do. I hid them right in the church. Stuffed them in the large crack in the wall.
I could do some crack stuffing myself.
I bet you could. We should go to shiring sometime. Heard they have a big-titted harlot there. One that would even do you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Isn't it almost arrogant to try and build a greater temple?
Don't say that.
Why not?
We wouldn't be here if it weren't for the cathedral. It feeds us.
We are people of God.
I should talk to Andrew's sacrist instead.
Yet
It's
we
the
need
only
to eat
way.
too.
We come together here. The pilgrims donate. I think I heard it again.
About the crypt. Please go into the crypt. Then tell them that there is nothing, not a single thing, to be afraid of.
Adolphus. Adolphus. Adolphus?
Thank you for your help.
Silence!
How could I not help you? You're my little brother.
I knew I could rely on you.
I heard it. No, I heard it.
Locked.
I see. A temple to feed the temple.
What was
No
that?
talking. Now we sing.
Are you sure you heard something? Yes.
We must take good care of us. And our cathedral.
We must.
What is it? Can you not see that I'm working?
Brother Marcus stole Cuthbert's keys.
Brother Marcus. I will deal with him. You were right to report this to me. Theft is something we cannot take lightly.
About the keys that were stolen by Brother Marcus.
I will deal with him. You were right to report this to me.
About the keys that were stolen by Brother Marcus.
I will deal with him. You were right to report this to me.
Did you not hear it? I think I heard it again. Adolphus.
About the crypt. Please go into the crypt. Then tell them that there is nothing, not a single thing, to be afraid of.
Adolphus?
Silence!
The letter is not around here. Brother Remigius might know where it is.
I heard it.
That way I won't get Andrew to organize a chapter meeting.
There was something. He's right.
Now stop it. Concentrate.
There it was again. What was that?
No talking. Now we sing.
Are you sure you heard something? Yes, I'm sure.
It was nothing. Calm down and concentrate.
Did you not hear it?
The cathedra. It is not for me to take that seat.
Adolphus.
Locked.
There. I heard it.
Philip, have you found something yet?
Not yet. I will see what I can do. I fear the crypt has been locked.
Then get the key. Brother Cuthbert should have it.
There it was again. No. I heard it, I'm sure. There was something.
Текущий.
About the keys that were stolen by Brother Marcus.
I will deal with him.
About the...
Talk to Brother Andrew. He will be just as... Now leave.
This will not help to get hold of the letter. The letter is... I should talk to... That way. I shouldn't... This one... The letter is...
What was that? No talking. Now we sing.
I fear the crypt has been locked.
Then get the key.
Are you sure you heard something? Yes, I'm sure.
The letter is probably in the prior's room.
Nothing.
But the sub-prior is going to burn all of James's documents.
What? We cannot allow that to happen, do you hear?
Of course not. That way I won't get Andrew to organize a chapter meeting.
Did you not hear?
I shouldn't get others involved before...
Thank you for your...
How could I not?
There, I heard it. No, I heard it, I'm sure. There was something. He's right.
Now stop it. Philip!
Brother Milius.
Вот тут, наверное.
Come!
Больше нигде.
Warm yourself by the oven.
Is that Philip? Tell him to warm himself by the oven.
Thank you, Brother Cuthbert. Hard at work, as usual, Milius?
I have to serve salt fish 6 times a week now.
We hear you have fresh fish every day at your cell in the forest.
Every other day we even have poultry.
You have done wonderful work at St. John's, Philip. We, on the other hand, had a weak prior for 13 years. May the Lord rest his soul. What you worked hard for at St. John's is wasted here in the mother house.
After the election, the new prior ought to put things right.
Remigius? Put things right?
Who would vote for Remigius? He would be no better than Prior James.
He is the sub-prior, and he made promises to some of the brothers, like the sacrist. He's about to burn all the books and documents in the prior's room, including the priory's ledgers.
Remigius says James asked for everything to be burnt after his death, except for his Bible.
So I've heard. Without the ledgers, the priory's finances will be beyond saving. Was no one else nominated?
Only Cuthbert.
I refuse. I'm too old.
No one else dares to follow in Prior James's footsteps. Not since he began talking to the devil.
What?
One day he started talking to the devil, as if they were standing side by side. He was bargaining with the devil for his soul, whispering about his sins.
His sins? Prior James had a document I would like to see.
It's probably amongst the things that Remigius is going to burn.
Oh, no.
He's in the prior's room. Maybe you can talk him out of it.
We'll talk more later. Brother Cuthbert.
Ah, we were waiting for you. I hope you brought some of that wonderful cheese you make at St. John's.
I gave it to one of your novices.
Why would you do that?
He said it's not easy doing the Lord's work when you're hungry.
Greedy brother Marcus.
You are too trusting, Philip.
I'm looking for a document that was given to Prior James.
It's probably in the prior's room, then.
Brother Cuthbert, you seem worried.
Prior James was a kind man, but the priory is in a terrible state, Philip.
Philip knows. He was just too kind to say anything.
Yes, I know. I wanted to use my New Year's visit to talk with Prior James about these matters.
We should be rich. The priory has much land and collects from many parish churches. But we are in debt. Our novices steal from us, Philip.
The novices are stealing?
Yes. Someone took my keys. Remigius blames me for losing them. But someone used them to steal food from the cellar more than once. Today I found something missing again.
The novices are stealing?
Yes, but someone used them to... Today I found...
Let us continue another time, Brother Cuthbert.
Of course.
I'm looking for a document that was given to Prior James.
It's probably in the prior's room, then.
Remigius suggested that I convince the sacrist to organize a chapter meeting today.
In order to save the books and ledgers. I knew you would do it, and you should. But when it comes to the cellar and my stores, I have all the numbers in my head. It's a shame to waste parchment and ink.
I shouldn't get others involved before I've found the keys. Maybe they aren't there after all. I shouldn't get others... Remigius told me to have Andrew arrange a chapter meeting. That's the only way to save James's documents.
Then there's hope. But Brother Andrew is stubborn. You'll have to be stubborn too when you talk to him.
Prior James had a document I would like to see.
It's probably amongst the things that Remigius is going to burn.
Oh no!
He's in the prior's room. Maybe you can talk him out of it.
Milliers? Why do you keep a beautiful pot like this around?
Oh, it reminds me that we should strive for order and beauty. I started collecting some seeds and nuts because I wanted to start a new garden.
A good idea.
I never got around to collecting more, though. If you find some, let me know.
No talking. Now we sing.
Are you sure you heard something? Yes, I'm sure.
It was nothing. Calm down and concentrate.
I fear the crypt has been locked.
Then get the key. Brother Cuthbert should have it.
There it was again.
Да, брата каждый день. Нет, туда посылает.
It's getting cold. When will these novices learn to close the door?
Brother Cuthbert.
Philip.
I will leave you to your work.
I will...
I asked not to be disturbed.
About the keys that were stolen by Brother Marcus.
I will deal with him.
It's not the time to... Do not rebuke an older man, as you would a father.
What was that?
Scripture, Brother Arnaldus.
What?
All is well. Do not mind me. The cloth is useless. Brother Paul, a word. So you gave the knight's letter to Prior James?
Remigius will probably burn it with the rest of James's papers. Maybe it's better that way. After all that has happened.
What's wrong with your foot, Brother Paul?
Oh, just a chilblain. It will ease when the spring comes.
You should have a fire.
It's all right. It's not that cold.
Don't take it lightly. Many will die this winter for lack of food or shelter.
Remigius thinks the Lord is testing us. Only the sinners perish.
No, the poor perish, and those that he has freezing out here.
Don't say anything to Remigius, will you? If he thinks I've been complaining, he'll be displeased.
I have to leave, Brother Paul.
Take care of yourself. It's getting colder, I think.
heard it.
Не пойму. Fixation dialogue.
The cloth is useless at least.
He's right.
Now stop it. Concentrate.
There it was again.
The cloth is useless, at least right. There are parts.
No talking. Now we sing.
Are you sure you heard something? Yes, I'm sure.
The cloth is... I believe... I should talk to... The letter is not around here. I shouldn't get...
What is it? Can you not see that I'm...
You really believe that...
Some of the brothers do. They never know what happened, and... Now let me get back to my work.
About the keys that were...
I will deal with it.
About the...
Oh. Talk to Brother Andrew. He will be... Now leave.
The cloth is useless. The cloth is useless.
Do not rebuke as you would. Brother Andrew.
What is it now?
We can't allow Prior James's books to be burned.
That, Philip, was Prior James's wish.
This priory is in debt, and without the ledgers and documents, that will never change. Besides, the wisdom in his books is priceless.
It is not up to you to make decisions in this priory, Brother Philip.
Do not domineer over those in your charge, but be an example to the flock.
1 Peter chapter 5. You are right. You shall argue your case in front of the brothers in a chapter meeting today.
Thank you, Brother Andrew.
When I'm done here, I will tell all the monks to come to the chapter house.
Would it help if I went and told some of them?
Feel free to do that. But I insist that the choir finishes practicing before we start. They're already behind schedule.
Brother Andrew.
The meeting will start once the cantor has finished his work with the choir. Until then, be patient.
Намекнул, что для крипты нужен ключ. Ключ где-то стал.
Did you not hear it? I think I heard it again. Adolphus.
Кадберта он должен был, но Кадберта его почему-то нет. Говорят, иди Кадберт.
Philip, it's you.
I'm looking for a document that was given to Prior.
It's probably in the prior's.
I have to go.
You.
I heard it.
I fear the crypt has been locked.
Then get the key.
No. I heard it, I'm sure.
Philip, have you found something yet?
Not yet. I will...
Now stop it.
What was
No
that?
talking. Now we sing.
Are you sure you heard something? Yes, I'm sure.
It was nothing. Calm down and concentrate.
The novice said he hid the keys in here. They're here. I have them. This brother Marcus really did steal Cuthbert's keys.
I think I heard...
Let's see what we can find. No reason to be afraid. Nothing here. The saint rests in peace. No strange sounds or sights. These old cathedrals are bound to make. Nothing. That will not get the chap. This will not help. Even if it is a dolphin. Hello? Go! What is that? What is that? It's the size of a child. Hello? Oh. An owl. Just an owl. The choir will be relieved to know that. I should tell them.
I heard it.
There is no need to worry, brothers. Adolphus is resting in peace. It was just an owl.
I told you it was nothing.
God bless you, Brother Philip.
I knew I heard something.
Now, be silent, concentrate, and...
Thank you for your help.
How could I not help you? You're my little brother.
I knew I could rely on you.
The choir has finished singing. The cantor should find time now. Are you ready for the chapter meeting, Brother Philip? If you have any other business to take care of in Kingsbridge, do it now. The meeting could take a long time.
The chapter meeting is more important. And this is why Prior James's wish must not be honoured. Kingsbridge Priory would be beyond saving without financial records.
I think we have all understood the reason for your concern, Brother Philip. But before we come to a decision, let us hear other voices of concern.
I would like to know why you would doubt the wisdom in Prior James's decision.
Maybe you didn't know him as well as we did, Philip. I can say I knew him well. We all here knew him.
I knew him well, and I know he would agree with me.
Philip, you are going too far. I will tell the bishop about this.
Brothers,
let him
quiet.
Brothers,
let's hear what he has to say.
Let Philip speak. Oh, heavens.
Hear him out, brothers. I was stubborn as well, but he made me see it.
Well, that's not an easy thing to do.
It is.
I owe James much. He was the one who asked me to take care of St. John in the Forest.
One of the most prosperous cells in all of Shiring, if not England.
It was a wise decision, then. But his last wish was not? Well, was it? What are you waiting for? Answer me.
Is walking on thin ice wise?
Who does he think he is?
May the Lord forgive him. He knows not what he is saying.
No. Philip was very hesitant to talk about the state of this priory with me. Usually, he is as careful in his words as he is in his actions.
Yes, Philip asked us a question. Was it wise to walk out onto the ice?
God was testing Prior James.
I say the devil chased him. Do you doubt that? Do you doubt that, Philip? Surely you must have an answer. I know because Prior James confided in me.
Then, the devil had a hand in his last wish as well.
Yes. It most certainly.
It's all my fault.
Well, I'm not so sure.
The devil.
If the devil has come to Kingsbridge, we must cast him out. He has come in the ways of neglect and self-righteousness. Let us look into the books and ledgers. Let us look into the problems that have ailed Kingsbridge for much too long.
You don't need your meddling.
Well, I suppose...
How dare
I agree.
that?
Hear, hear.
Yes, we must be more pious. Only then will God keep the devil from harming us.
The novices would be better advised not to speak up.
Philip is a good man. He was the only one to say I should have a fire.
But did he do anything besides talk?
No.
So he did nothing to soothe your pain. He had only warm words.
Very well, Philip. But why don't you tell us the real reason you have come before us? You not only came to save these books, you have another motivation, do you not?
I am here only to help this priory.
This priory, of course. I say it is not a coincidence that he should make his voice heard now, shortly after James's passing and before the elections.
What are you saying, Brother Remigius?
This is not about James. It is about him. He wants to be prior.
No. I came here to talk to James.
I think that is a wonderful idea. I nominate Philip of Gwynedd to be the new prior of Kingsbridge.
I can't disagree with that.
Well, yes, obviously, my choice.
Excellent choice.
What about Remigius?
That's surprising.
Great idea.
Philip. Brother Philip, do you accept the nomination?
Thank you for your kind offer, but we would not want to impose on you, Brother Remigius.
Oh, but I insist. I will help you.
No, you really must not. We will see you later. Thank you. We don't have much time. Evening Mass will begin soon.
Should I not have accepted the nomination?
You've never been good at saying no. And Milius is right. Kingsbridge needs you.
What about St. John's?
I will ride there tomorrow. I will let them know you will be staying in Kingsbridge for a few days. Thanks to you, these documents and books will not be burned. Now, we have to find that letter.
You truly think the letter can help prevent a war?
If the message says what I think it says, then yes, I do. Now, let us look for the letter.
Francis, I think I found it.
In the Bible?
Revelations. The Apocalypse of St. John. And they called to the mountains and rocks, "Fall on us and hide us from the face of him who is seated on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of their wrath has come, and who can stand?" The Lamb? What was James afraid of? Was it this letter?
No, the letter is still sealed. Break the seal. Oh, this is it. You found it.
The Earl of Shiring is about to start a war.
Yes. He's made contact with my own master, Earl Robert of Gloucester.
Who is this King Stephen that has taken the throne?
A nephew of King Henry. Do you ever think of the day our parents died?
Francis, you know I don't like to talk of that.
I know. It's just that I think of them all the time. And I've always blamed King Henry. The church suffered under his rule as much as we did in Wales. Philip, you have to show this letter to the Bishop of Kingsbridge.
The Bishop of Kingsbridge? Why?
Our late King Henry was opposed to Rome's influence in England. King Stephen, on the other hand, swore to preserve the rights and privileges of the church, and we can help him if you tell the bishop to protect Stephen.
You want the bishop to help the new king, King Stephen?
I want a king who supports the church. I want these dark times to end. I want to stop the Earl of Shiring from starting a war. He could set the whole of England on fire. My lord the Earl of Gloucester can never know what I was doing here. You must not tell the truth about how or where you got this letter. Don't tell anyone I was involved.
Do you really think the bishop will help?
Tell him you found the letter by coincidence.
And if he does not believe me, what then?
He will believe you. The question is, will he really try to stop the Earl of Shiring? I will ride to St. John's and tell your monks you will stay in Kingsbridge until the election.
What if the Earl of Shiring finds out what I'm doing? What if the bishop tells him?
Philip, calm down. He is your bishop.
I'm a simple monk. Who am I to talk to a bishop?
Симка, когда. Поехали. Вот. Плохой местоположение.
I'd rather not. I'd rather not. I'd rather not. I'd rather not. Yes.
Не надо. Не на нас.
My name is Jack. For a long time, it was the only name I had known. I was born and raised in a cave by my mother. We were used to getting by, but that year the winter had been harsh. I was proud to have killed my first deer that day. And while waiting for Mother to help me cure it, I decided to practice my reading.
The Lord and King of all France, Charles the Great, has spent 7 long years fighting in Spain. He has conquered the highlands and the plain. Before him not a single fort remains. Before him not a single fort remains.
Afternoon was approaching fast and Mother still hadn't returned. So if I wanted to cure the meat, I had to do it on my own. Else it would all go to waste.
I can't eat it raw. I need to cure it. Meat goes bad fast. There he is. Charles the Great, the protector of my town. You're coming with me. No, we are fighting. I'd rather not.
Коптите.
I can't eat it raw. I need to cure it. No, we are fighting. He deserves a worthier. No, we are fighting. No, we are.
He deserves a... No. No. No, we are fighting. He deserves a... I'd rather... He deserves a...
Ничего. Видимо, это потом надо.
No, I won't. We are fighting. He deserves... No, we are fighting. He deserves... I can't eat it raw. I need to kill... Good. It's warmer. Now I need some wet wood to make it smoke properly. No, we are fighting. I'd rather not. He deserves... I'd rather... I'd rather not... No, I won't. We are fighting. No, we are fighting. He deserves... No, we are fighting. He deserves... I'd rather... Oh, you Saracens. Feel the wrath of Charles the Great. Oh, you Saracens. Oh, you Saracens. Feel the wrath of Charles the Great. Oh, you Saracens. Feel the wrath of Charles the Great. Oh, you Saracens. Feel the wrath of Charles the Great. He deserves... They already learnt their lesson. No. No. No town or city wall for him to break, but Saragossa on a high mountain. No. At least they're still good enough for shooting. First I have to master my sling. I'd rather not. I can't eat it raw. I need to cure it. He deserves a... No, we are fighting side... He deserves... He deserves... He deserves... He does... No. No town or city but Saragossa. No town but Saragossa. No. No. I can do this later. He deserves... I'd rather not. I'd rather... He deserves... I'd rather...
Что делать?
First I have to master my slingshot.
Прощу, спрашиваю.
No, we are fighting. No, we are fighting. No, we are fighting. He does. No, we are. He deserves. No, we are fighting. At least they're still good enough for shooting. At least they're still good. They already learnt their lesson. First I have to master my slingshot. I'd rather...
Вот. Кажется, можно было выйти отсюда.
Huh? What's that?
Берем камень, понятно.
Easy now, it's just someone little. No need to be afraid.
I'm going to follow him. You go home and wait for me, little cub.
Mother? I'd rather not.
Don't move. We killed the pig thief in Salisbury. We can kill you too. Bloody outlaw. Where's the baby? Did you eat it?
I don't have the baby.
Right. What's this?
Give it back.
What do you want with this? You can't read.
Give it back.
Leave the boy be, Alfred.
He took the baby. I saw him take Mother's cloak. He's the only one around. Who else would have taken it?
Wolves.
A monk took it.
A monk?
Yes, on a horse.
Is that true? Where did he go?
He should take us there.
Leave him alone. He's just a boy.
What is your name, boy?
Jack.
Do you live in these woods, Jack? Then you know this place better than us. Please. I don't know why I left the child. I thought I couldn't take care of him alone, but I cannot leave him to die either. I have to know if he's all right. Will you help us? You're a good lad. I owe you.
If you want your silly book back, you better keep your word.
For now, I had no choice. The girl was sobbing, while her father remained tense but quiet. The boy kept on pushing me, which confused me greatly. I had never been hated before. If I had any plans of getting away, it would be like hunting deer. I had to stay sharp until the others got to be. The monk had crossed a small stream, or he had followed its course north, which would have led him towards the next village. Either way, the tracks ended at a riverbed as evening was fast approaching. The big man looked at me. "Which way, boy?" he asked. But I could only guess. By now, the girl's sobs had ceased, as she had fallen asleep on her father's shoulders. The water was icy, and it hurt. At one point, the boy slipped and fell. I considered my options, but standing in the middle of a stream hardly allowed for a quick escape. He slapped my hand away and pushed himself up. When we reached the bank, he was drenched and shook bitterly. He gave me a nasty glare while I was already searching the ground. There were no hoofprints on this side of the stream.
What is it?
He got lost.
Did you?
Papa, I'm tired.
That's all right. Come on, up on my shoulders you go.
No, I'm too heavy, and you're too tired anyway. I will remain steadfast.
You should all get some rest. Alfred, stay here with them while I take a look ahead.
No, don't go.
I won't be far, dear. Besides, you can do me a favour while I'm gone. Have an eye on the lads and make sure they get some sleep, all right?
All right.
See? You are steadfast. I won't be long.
You stay where I can see you while my sister rests. And no tricks.
Дальше вернуться.
Huh? What is it? Did you hear something?
The fog is lifting.
I don't like you. Tell me, why do you care about your book so much? Wait, where is it? You sneaky thief. I knew it. You just want to rob us.
You took it first.
You're an animal. You don't even know what it is.
The Lord and King of all France, Charles the Great, has spent 7 long years fighting in Spain. He has conquered the highlands and the plain. Before him, not a single fort remains.
What are you rambling on about?
It's from the book.
How do you know this? You're an animal.
Can't you read?
Hey, you see that? Over there in the fog. There is something there. What is it?
A deer. It broke through the ice and died.
Children! Martha, wake up, dear.
Who's she?
We met in the forest. I'm Jack's mother. Come here, Jack.
Did you find him?
Yes, dear, we did.
The baby is safe. The monk brought it to a small cell not far from here.
But we won't go there now. Ellen offered us shelter for tonight.
I have. Follow me.
If I'd known you lived this close, my Agnes might have been safe.
Don't fool yourself. When a woman is bleeding inside, it either stops or it doesn't. All you can do is keep her warm, and you did that. I'm sorry, but the living must take care of the living. Jack, give the children some soup, will you? Will you be able to get work soon?
Hard to say. People don't usually hire a new master builder in winter. Too cold for stirring water. Sometimes you get lucky, but not this year.
Thank you, Jack.
Some time ago I had work in Exeter. They offered me the post of builder for the Castellan to keep the walls and defences in shape. It would have kept me busy for the rest of my life. We would have lived like bishops.
What happened?
I refused. All I cared about was working on a cathedral again. I was a fool.
You can do better than to build churches.
Well, I worked on one once. That was good work. I won't ramble on now. But if you ask Martha, she'll tell you everything about it.
You know, a man like you should not beat himself so hard.
No. No, there is no excuse for leaving my baby son behind.
Women die in labour. Men abandon their children all the time. It is rare that they return.
Is that what happened to you and your son?
No. That is an altogether different story. One I haven't even told Jack yet. All I can say is, I raised him alone in this cave, outside of town law. Just us and the forest.
How do you get by?
We hunt, we gather. It works well enough for us two to survive. We almost would have had meat today too. But it started to rot before we could cure it.
Eat well, children. You'll need your strength.
And so do you, Master Builder. Go on, tuck in.
I will. Thank you. Well, they're asleep now. So, what is it?
I told you that the monk had taken the baby to a small cell nearby. It's true, but I advise you to stay away from there.
What? Why?
Because you abandoned it. That counts as murder.
Then I have to steal him. I have to own up to what I've done. I have to take back my son.
Think for a moment. You have been out of work since summer. A baby needs a lot of care. More than your other children. How will you feed him?
But what am I to do then? Live like you? I don't know a thing about hunting. I'm a mason. Even in a castle I'm more at home than here.
Leave the baby with the monks. He'd be warm and fed. You wouldn't have to carry him while you look for work. And when you do find something, you can come back and fetch him.
I don't know. Since Agnes died, I don't know anything anymore.
You're a good man, Tom Builder. You're kind and gentle and strong. You will do the right thing. You also don't have to go through this alone, you know. Jack and I will have to leave this place soon. The winter is too cruel and we might not survive if we stayed. We could all travel together.
I don't know. I have my hands full with my children already.
I can help you take care of them. If you promise to teach my son how to get along in the world of men. We may be strangers now, but we would be at each other's side, helping out however we can.
The living must take care of the living.
Yes.
That night I dreamed of a strange world. There were small castles, dead deer, and a giant called Tom. In that dream I was happy. I tightly held my mother's hand, watching the kind giant and learning his mysterious ways.
Глава не закончится. Давайте, народ, в следующем плее попробуем на кого пройти. Будет. Там был Ведьмак. Подписываемся, ставим лайк, комменты. Пока, удачи. Если игра понравилась, напоминаю, в Стиме за 700 рублей. Ну, опять же, на любителя. По Кена.